You know, these people love to use the word grifter to describe anybody online with a political opinion other than their own, but I'm going to have to go ahead and say it. These people are grifters. Samantha Bee goes off on Fox News racist coronavirus coverage. They're clearly just making things up at this point. It is not racist to claim a disease came from a country that is scientifically true. Not only that, come on, China's so racist. Samantha Bee is awful. Okay, and this was the cringiest thing I've ever seen. They got rid of their studio audience, right? Because of coronavirus. Okay, I can respect that. Except they still need the laugh track, but they have no audience. So they put their own staff members in the stands, and it's very sparse, and you hear them trying to laugh really loud. Oh, it is so cringy. It is one of the cringiest things I have ever seen. But I can't blame them entirely. The coronavirus thing is here. It's legit fine. But we also have Ocasio-Cortez saying it's straight up racism to avoid eating at Chinese restaurants. Oh, dude, you know, oh man, I just can't do it. Listen, it's not racist. Okay, it's stupid, but it is not racist. Okay, look, you can't just use that word for literally anything. The disease actually started in Wuhan. It does affect everybody. But the people who are concerned that a disease that emerged in China and has infected many Chinese people, even in the United States, are concerned that these people might be related to that is not racism. Racism, you know what? A little bit maybe, fine. I'll be fair. But the idea is, if I saw a dude, okay, and he was wearing a green shirt, and he was in a crowd of people with green shirts, and they were covered in coronavirus, and then someone else had said that they had friends and family with green shirts on, I'd say, I don't know, maybe it's possible that people wearing green shirts have coronavirus. It's not because of their race, it's because of the potential connection and probabilities, which don't exist for other people for the most part. Humans make assumptions, they see patterns. And yes, humans are racist. And I don't mean the stupid leftist way they put it. I mean, humans tend to prefer people who look like them in general. It's not so much about race. And we fight in the United States to end these things. We do a pretty good job of it. So yes, we do need to make sure we're calling out racism where it is. This ain't it. This is people saying a country. Now, look, I'll admit, it is really, really stupid to not eat at a Chinese food restaurant because you're concerned about coronavirus. But I don't think they're doing it because they think lesser of Chinese people. But fine, use the word racist however you want to use it. Let's read this silly story. Samantha Bee goes off on Fox News racist coronavirus coverage. Ugh. Oh, it hurts. It really does. There were no cheers and no applause when Samantha Bee took the stage for Wednesday night's episode of Full Frontal on TBS. She was the first late night host to go audience free amidst the coronavirus pandemic and did not hesitate to address the inherent awkwardness. Tonight we are going on a weird, wild journey together, she began. Because due to the increasing threat of the coronavirus, we wanted to do the responsible thing and not have an audience. Okay, we have some people, but they work for us and they're sitting 6 feet apart as recommended by the CDC and also because they hate each other. Cringe. The worst part is when she actually makes one of her crappy jokes and they all try and laugh. It is really, really cringy to hear like 3 people laughing at someone's joke. Oof. Just get rid of the audience altogether. And just don't have it and let the people at home, oh, what's that? They need a studio audience so that the people who are stupid enough to watch Samantha Bee know when they're supposed to laugh. That's how they do it. Just for fun, those writers put a bunch of jokes in Bee's teleprompter that she hadn't seen yet. She said, all right, the world's ending, but let's pretend we're still going to have an actual election November. Who effing knows? Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders may be canceling their campaign rallies. But as the host said, meanwhile, our president is bravely denying anything is wrong. They then go on to show a series of clips of Trump saying he's taking it seriously. I have no idea. But it is the way Trump and the conservative media are talking about the coronavirus that Bee sees as equally problematic. After playing a montage of Fox News hosts and pundits blaming the outbreak on the Chinese. No, on China. Come on. It's a government. You know, that's racist. When someone criticizes an authoritarian government for the horrible things they do, and then you're like, you're only criticizing them because they're Chinese. Dude, it's China. Of course they're Chinese. But we're criticizing the government. Oh, man. She then goes on to conflate Fox News criticizing China with people not wanting to eat Chinese food. And it's like, listen, man, racism is a specific thing. All right, but they've changed the definition of the word, and now it just basically means anything that can ever be considered racial in any way. In which case, like, basically everything is racist. And it's true. According to these people. Now, here's the thing about Samantha Bee. I can point to AOC, and we'll jump to the story in a second. Everything is racist. But Samantha Bee clearly doesn't care about this stuff. She's just reading whatever she's told to read. And if you turn the prompter off, she'd stand there blindly, just blankly confused as to what's happening around her because she needs a prompter. I doubt she's actually funny without the prompter. I mean, I guess maybe she can write her own jokes, sure, but she's just a personality. She doesn't actually know what she's talking about, as exemplified by, well, all of this. She says, tying coronavirus to China and Chinese people isn't just a racist dog whistle. It's a whole racist orchestra. It literally started in China, man. Like, dude. It's a mighty, mighty racist boss tone, which brings me to this important point. The coronavirus is not an excuse to be racist. She says, I know racism is like America's weighted blanket. When everything is stressful, nothing makes us feel more secure than treating other people like trash. Treating other people like trash isn't racism. People of all races insult and deride each other. You're just now discovering that people do this. Yet this is the point I'm trying to make with Samantha Bee. She's just saying whatever she needs to say to get the audience to clap so that the people at home stupid enough to watch Samantha Bee know when to laugh. Because no, Americans are many of them can be racist. Many of them are mean, but they're equally mean to each other. That's the great American melting pot. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do. Someone's going to walk up to you and call you an awful name. But I guess not to her. She just needed to pretend like it's racist. This is the stretch of all stretches. You know what I mean? Well, AOC apparently comes out and says, not eating Chinese food is now racist. It's just like, oh, you know what, man? Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez claimed Tuesday that Americans are not eating at Chinese restaurants due to the coronavirus, which of course is racist. In a lengthy Instagram live video, Cortez said, honestly, it sounds almost so silly to say, but there is a lot of restaurants that are feeling the pain of racism. Listen, man, if someone said that in New York there was an outbreak of a disease, and then someone had a New York style deli in Florida, so people didn't want to eat there, would you call that racism? No, we would call them stupid. Yeah, but it's an issue of relating a country, a people, an idea, a store. It has nothing to do, like, look, people were saying apparently they wouldn't drink Corona beer. Is that racist? You know, everything is racist, these people. I'm just so tired of it. And I really, really mean it. The New York Democrat did not provide evidence to corroborate her serious accusation. Meanwhile, Democrats have pounced on coronavirus fears as yet another opportunity to push their narrative that the Republican Party is in the age of Donald Trump is racist. Democrats and media personalities have condemned references to coronavirus as Chinese coronavirus or Wuhan virus, despite the media and Democrats both calling COVID-19 by those names. They started calling. Here's what they do. I see it all the time. The media will say something. Donald Trump will then, a week later be like, oh, did you hear this? And they'll say Trump lied or made it up or he's exaggerating. And I'm like, but that's what you did. It was these leftists who were calling it Wuhan virus. Then the Republicans start saying it and they're like, well, it's actually racist to say. It's like, oh, geez. So you're all racist too, I guess, okay? By your own standards? Come on, cut me some slack. Ryan Saavedra says, Ocasio-Cortez says people are not eating at Chinese and Asian restaurants right now because they are just straight up racist. Okay. In response, Ocasio-Cortez was widely mocked. This is like an SNL parody. She is like literally not aware of like literally much of like anything. Like, not even the fact there's like literally, okay, we get it. You're making fun of Ocasio-Cortez. No word patroning. And she like is literally clueless as to what racism means. I'm getting rid of some of the likes now. And she's in Congress, literally. Mike Huckabee responded. I every 7 seconds, 8+ ums per minute, 540 ums per hour, 12,960 ums per day, 4.7 million ums per year, someone said. Hi, I'm Rep. AOC Super Genius. Radio host David Webb mocked. Unfounded accusations of racism were not the only thing that Ocasio-Cortez ranted about. Her main topic was the Democratic primary, over which she voiced concern about Joe Biden's growing lead over her favorite candidate, Senator Bernie Sanders. Well, look, in today's day and age, literally everything is racist. And there's nothing you can do about it. They just say it. I don't know what it means at this point. I used to have an idea of what it meant. The dictionary would tell me. Then they started saying it was power, prejudice plus power. Now it's not wanting to eat at a restaurant because the restaurant is culturally affiliated with a country where the disease started, which is not racism. Because like I stated, if a New York style deli gets it, we just call these people dumb, man. They're not disparaging. Now, there have been racist attacks for sure. It's important to call those out. Some Asian dude got attacked, I think, in like San Francisco because people are stupid. Yes, that is racism. To assume something about someone based on their race and attack them for it. But to look at a style of food, which can be literally anything, not even Chinese, you wouldn't call one racist and the other not. So it is messed up. We're seeing graffiti, we're seeing attacks, we're seeing some real ignorance. But come on, people, calm down. And of course, Samantha Bee was trying to drag Fox News into this. And she didn't really have anything to do, but she needed to do it. Because these tribal moron drone NPCs just have to look at Fox News and hoot and holler, Fox News bad. Okay, dude, you know what? I'm over it. I'm going to wrap this one up. Stick around. I got 2 more segments coming up in a few minutes. I will see you all shortly.